very good evening. I hope you had a very wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining us once again on New Vision TV. My name is Yvonne Juna, and we are broadcasting live from the New Vision newsroom. But first, let's see what made headlines today.
In news around Uganda, Museveni has ordered army out of Makerere University. Jaggery will be laid to rest in 5 days. In news around the East African region, a passenger plane has caused panic after a wheel dropped off mid-air in Kenya. In a part of Africa, ginger regains its glory after decades.
Good evening once again. My name is Yvonne Juna. Now, the President and Chief in Commander Yoweri Museveni has ordered the army out of Makerere University. This follows an outcry from students, Makerere community, parents and the general public that the security deployed at the university had meted violence against the students. There have been complaints from students and student leaders that the military police stormed university hostels and halls of residence, beating up students following a strike last week. On Wednesday last week, students went on strike protesting a 15% increase on tuition. The university has since insisted that they will not back down on the increase. Meanwhile, the First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Mrs. Janet Museveni, has pointed a finger at politicians who are misleading students into strikes. The President has urged stakeholders at the university to talk and resolve all issues around fees. Now, the body of the late Jaja Nabamba Budagali, the oracle of the former Bujagali foes, will be laid to rest on Sunday. In his will, Budagali stated that he should be buried after 8 days. This was revealed by the high priest, or the Pope of Tondism faith in Uganda, Juma Lubowa Aligawesa, while at the late Budagali's home in Budagali village, Budongo sub-county in Jinja district. Aligawesa said Budagali will be laid to rest on Sunday night after the Baswezi performing traditional rituals on his body. Hundreds of mourners engaging traditional dances are at his home in Budagali in Jinja. Budagali, who rose to prominence ahead of the construction of the Bujagali hydropower dam, passed away on Saturday at his palace located near the former Bujagali Falls on the outskirts of Jinja town. Although teenagers are encouraged to abstain from sex, it is increasingly becoming a very big challenge to put it in practice by many of them in Uganda. Currently, children as young as 10 years old are engaging in sex, whereas 13-year-olds are getting pregnant in some districts. This partly explains the high teenage pregnancy rate, now standing at 25%, having raised from 24% in 2016. According to the Assistant Health Officer of Moyo District, Michael Andrewa, children as young as 10 years are engaged in sex and some are using condoms in the district. Now moving on to Buyende, residents from Butaswa Parish, Bugaya Sub-County, in Buyende District have unanimously pronounced themselves from any further act of open defecation. According to the Buyende LC5 chairperson, Robert Ziribasanga, some of the residents had been defecating in anthill openings, polythene papers, which they held in coffee and sugarcane plantations, while others would dig small pits to answer nature. Officiating at celebrations to mark the open defecation-free status in Butaswa Parish at Butaswa Primary School on Friday, Ziriwasanga said the practice was a threat to people's lives. The residents who have consequently constructed pit latrines were from the villages of Nakavuma, Kazigo, Buwanga, Bukokowa, Nabigo, Bunywanyi, and Bukitimbo. This story was brought to us by Jacqueline Nambogo. Now we shall see what we have from around East Africa. A passenger plane on Monday caused a scare after a wheel dropped off mid-air moments after takeoff from Lodwar airstrip in Turkana County, northern Kenya. The rear right wheel came off the Silverstone airplane like a stone and dropped outside the airstrip located some 500 kilometers from the capital, Nairobi. The Bombardier Dash 8300 registration number 5YBWG had 4 passengers and 5 cabin crews on board who were later evacuated safely. On discovering the emergency, police in Lodwar alerted their counterparts and emergency services at Moi International Airport in Eldoret, who put in place measures to receive the plane with passengers and the crew in distress. Now over to Burundi. Security officers have arrested 23 local officials of one of the Burundi's main opposition parties following the attempted murder of a government official, a party official said on Tuesday. The wave of arrests outside the country's largest city, Bujumbura, began on Friday when 16 officials of the National Freedom Council were picked up. The party's international representative, Aime Magera, told AFP, from exile in Belgium. They included a member of the party's Politburo, he said. Now from Tanzania, 4 Chinese contractors are under arrest because of slow progress in state-funded construction projects in what it said was an example to other businesses. The 3 men and a woman are employed by 2 companies contracted to build a canal and a section of the road in Dar es Salaam, and Abubakar Kunenge, the executive secretary of the Dar es Salaam region, said the work on the 2 schemes was going nowhere. We still have news in business, Pearl of Africa, and our special edition. So we shall go for a break and we'll be back.